Texans have forged a bond of unity and trust.
After essentially closing up shop for roughly 2 months, Texas Governor Greg Abbott moved to slowly start opening the state in May.
Just as we united as one state to slow COVID-19, we must also come together to begin rebuilding the lives and the livelihoods of our fellow Texans. Now, it's time to set a new course, a course that responsibly opens up business in Texas.
Restaurants, malls, and barber shops are opening with new rules and restrictions. But one question remains top of mind. Can we safely open for business?
We were definitely surprised by the timing of when we could open. We've spent the last 6 weeks sort of trying to understand what it's going to be like to operate a barbershop in this new environment.
Jason Rappaport is one of the co-founders of Bird's Barbershop. Like other hair salons in town, Bird's had to shut down all 9 of its Austin locations in March. But unlike other shops, Bird's didn't reopen on May 18th.
We consulted with an infectious disease doctor here in Austin to sort of try to understand, what he thought maybe where we would be weak in some places. And it's going to be different, but we hope that there'll be some of that Bird's Barbershop feel when you come in and get a service.
Different means only using every other chair, masks for staff and clients, contactless payment, and
as much as I want to give everybody a beer, everybody needs a beer. I need a beer. I need a haircut. We're going to pause that for a little while.
Bird's is taking extra precautions, but each business is making its own choices on how closely to follow local ordinances.
Orders that were written by the county and the city are intended to provide further guidance. Of course, there's no ability to mandate or to attach fines to these requests. So I see those as more requests to the community on best practices.
Laura Huffman is the CEO of the Greater Austin Chamber of Commerce. The chamber has led the Opening Central Texas for Business Task Force, a coalition of more than 120 business, nonprofit, and community leaders. Huffman says it will take more than just turning on the lights to get local businesses going again.
For example, childcare is a huge issue for this region. Another issue that rose to the top for all sectors is internet connectivity, and there's an equity component to that.
The main issue for businesses is simple math. If you open at 25% or even 50% capacity, can you make enough money to stay open?
The decisions are all over the map. If you drive around to any part of this region where there are a lot of restaurants, you will see those decisions as you drive around.
People can also see those decisions as they walk through Barton Creek Square.
I'm really struggling with how I can ensure not only my safety and the safety of my employees, but also my customers.
DJ Lozado is the founder of Soul Popped, a gourmet popcorn business in the mall. Shopping centers opened in early May, but Lozada chose to keep her shop closed.
There's no way to properly social distance. My store front is a whopping 850 square feet, front and back. The back end of the house too, and there's all these requirements for new signage and new procedures and cleaning procedures. None of that's free. It costs money. Well, I can't speak about, the other retailers, but 25%, I run the risk of going further into debt because the traffic is not there.
Whether opened or closed, businesses around Austin find themselves navigating uncharted territory and bracing for another possible shutdown.
A lot of us won't be able to take that second, punch. It might be a knockout. So I hope it doesn't happen. I really don't. But we'll just have to wait and see.
And no matter what businesses do, uncertainty still looms large.
I can't stay closed forever, but, nothing comes before health. If I have to put my business on pause, at least I'll be alive to rebuild it later.